Well, the point of temporary COVID emergency powers was always to make them permanent. And we know that, to expand government authority forever. And that's playing out right now down under in Australia. The newly appointed Premier of the state of South Australia is seeking to make his emergency powers permanent. That means mandating 5 vaccine doses right now, tapping into social media algorithms to stop misinformation, shutting down all dissident media at will, creating a public list of COVID-19 misinformation groups, and a whole lot more. Oh, and all of this is being backed by an organization calling itself Reset Australia, as well as the Doherty Institute. Yes, the same place that was getting samples from those biolabs in the Ukraine. You can't make this stuff up. We wanted to talk about this right away, so we bring in Maria Zeee right now, who's in Australia reporting on all of this. The emergency powers are going to become permanent now, and it's all sponsored by these criminals and these corrupt people that are involved with the bioweapons labs that we think Vladimir Putin is now targeting.
Correct. The new Premier of South Australia, Peter Malinauskas, is reportedly seeking the same powers like dictator Dan. We always said that if Victoria got away with this, Stu, that other states would follow, and now it's happening. He says that he's going to develop a campaign to increase the take-up of the boosters, which we're now being told 5 doses for Australia. And this campaign that he's running is actually a transfer of the current emergency powers to permanent pandemic powers like Victoria that will give the police commissioner more ability to mitigate restrictions. And he says, we are going to ensure that my government does everything we can to increase booster doses. Now, I've just also found out, Stu, that we've just got a 10-year deal with Moderna to produce 100 million doses of new mRNA technology right here in Australia. Why would we need that? Why would we need 100 million doses of new mRNA technology right here in Australia with Moderna if we don't plan on continuously terrorizing our people? And this is what these powers are for. These permanent pandemic powers are here so that we can continue to control our people, push them into getting further doses in this never-ending nightmare of injections.
Was this guy democratically elected? The people actually said, yep, we want this guy?
I don't think so. And this is the other problem that we have. They're actually talking about this misinformation legislation that's coming in later this year that seeks to control independent media as well and silence us. They're saying that we have Trump-style election fraud claims from Australians. They're already preparing us for that. Well, yes, we do, because we'll be using Dominion voting machines like the machines that were used in the 2020 election fraud. And none of us trust that any of these people are being elected legitimately, Stu. And to top it off, you've got the Doherty Institute backing this legislation, this Doherty Institute that's responsible for terrorizing our people for 2 years straight, backing the silencing of Australians. And it's all leading up to this new phase, Stu, which is entering Australia into war. Why do I say that? Well, we've just had an announcement that Australia is under military threat from a full-fledged offensive bases on Chinese artificial islands. US Admiral John Aquilino said that it posed the most concerning security challenge in years, and that these artificial islands are full-fledged offensive bases. We've got runways, hangars, barracks, anti-aircraft missiles, anti-ship missiles, jamming capability, hangars for fighter aircrafts, and so on and so forth. And the Admiral's saying that he will be in Australia for several days to work closely with us on all aspects of our two nations' military collaboration. They're claiming that we are under threat from China. I think that they're setting us up for the involvement in this world war that they want to crash the global economies and destroy the world, to set up this great reset.
And you reported last time you were here that U.S. troops are going to be permanently installed into Australia, which is not necessarily all that uncommon. The United States likes to stick its troops and its missiles and its agenda really everywhere, all over the world, and invade everybody's sovereignty. So that's nothing new coming from our State Department. But this is ramping up now, and you reported that you actually have a B-2 stealth bomber that has landed there now?
Yes, just yesterday, a B-2 stealth bomber landed in Queensland.
Of course. And of course, the United States would back Australia in any military offensive coming from China. And that's why the American media is now trying to align President Xi with President Putin as they put these two together as the axis of evil and say that they are just rogue dictators. They're trying to rile up the West. They're trying to rile up a global populace into supporting World War III and pointing out Russia and China and Xi and Putin as the bad guys, where it appears that nothing but mis and disinformation is coming out of the media that is controlled by the very oligarchs in this global cabal that is seated deeply inside of Ukraine, where, by the way, President Zelensky was installed. He's an actor and some openly flaming gay guy dressing in tights and high heels and grabbing butts, owning a $40 million mansion in Florida. But nobody wants to talk about any of that, except for you. And thank you for doing that and bringing it here. Maria Zeee, God bless you.
God bless you, Stu.
Have you noticed there's something very wrong with the modern day man?
Are you a beta male?
I don't think so.
Beta!
Sperm counts are cratering.
It's male.
0% by 2050. But help is on the way. Keys to Life.shop has products which are making men men again. Banned by the NFL, PGA, and the NCAA. Too manly. Clinically proven to raise IGF-1 levels. Man up. Take off the dress. Visit keystolife.shop. Get your manhood back today.